So I just used ChatGPT to write a Python script for me that extracts the page titles and meta descriptions from a set of URLs. Now, I'm a non-coder, so being able to use ChatGPT in this way is really like mind-opening for me. Because if you asked me a month ago, hey, Omari, do you mind writing a Python script to do this? I'd be like, nah. But using ChatGPT, I've not only learned to better prompt, but I've also learned to better prompt. So let me just kind of show you how we get there. So I was able to get the right code on my third try. So let's go back to try number 1. Okay. And this is how it typically works for me. I start off with a general idea of what I'm looking for, which is Python code to look up titles and meta descriptions from a list of URLs in the CSV. Like I try to start with like the simplest one-liner version of what I'm looking for, knowing that it's probably not going to work, right? But it's going to give me something to start with. And so the code that it gave me to start with, like I said, it didn't work. But I put the whatever the errors were in, and then it gave me back a corrected version, and still had some there were still some errors. So my next step is, okay, the code that you just gave me, explain in detail. And what this does is this now educates me on what the code is doing, so I have a better understanding. So here's that mini lesson on the code that was just written for me. And based off of this new understanding that I have about what it's trying to do and perhaps where it could be getting things wrong, I now refine my prompt, and here's prompt number 2. So prompt number 2, I start with, I have a CSV with a list of URLs. And if you look back to prompt 1, I ended with that, a list of URLs in the CSV. So I took that and I brought that to the front, right? To kind of set the context. Here's what I have, and here's what I want. I want you to write Python code to do this, and then output those titles and meta descriptions to a CSV. So the code that it generated, of course, it didn't work. It gave me, there's some error. I plugged the errors back in. And at this point, I said to myself, okay, I need to go back again to the drawing board because it seems like it's not understanding the URLs that I have in the CSV. So what I did was I went back, and now on the third try, I said, I have a CSV with a list of URLs like this. And so I gave copy and pasted a piece of the CSV and kept the same instructions. And now it generated something that almost worked. There's a small error in there, but it wasn't nothing that I couldn't resolve. And then it gave me the code that actually worked. So I'm going to say, thanks, that worked. Just for fun. Cool. Thank you, ChatGPT. So this is my process for writing, simple Python scripts. It's iterative, and it's a way to learn at the same time, because the way that I learn best is by 2 things. One, whatever I'm learning, I need to be able to apply it to something that I actually need. And then I also need to be able to reverse engineer like a working version of the thing in order to understand it. So ChatGPT helps me do both of those things because it gets me a working version faster, and then I'm able to, like you saw me do, kind of reverse engineer how the thing is working. And then based off of that reverse engineering, I can now re-engineer my prompt to use language that is going to get me the result that I'm looking for. So hopefully you found this useful. I'm going to be making more videos about how I've been using ChatGPT over the past 30 days because I've used it quite extensively now. And writing Python scripts is my latest favorite use case. So hit subscribe if you want to learn more and follow along. Peace.